what I got to do is kick butt and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
Oh, I'm coming in hot.
That's what she said. Hey-o.
Hey-o. Are y'all...
Swag horn.
Oh, is that what that is? You hear the horn,
was...
you get some swag. I had to explain to somebody earlier today what swag meant.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Like stuff we all get. That's the thing.
Stuff we all get? I didn't know that there's an acronym for it.
Yeah, well, all right. So this is what I've always wondered is what came first?
The acronym or the... That's a good question. I don't think anyone knows the answer to that.
I certainly don't. I don't know the answer to anything. All right.
You know, there's a lot of stuff you don't know, Beau.
I do know that. I don't know much, but I know I love you.
I don't know much, but I know I love you.
Right, we're like 10 minutes in. I'm going to go ahead and take us live for some pre-show shenanigans.
Can't you see? Da-da-ba-ba-ba-ba.
And can you see the love tonight? No, you can't, because love is an abstract concept. It doesn't have form or shape or visibility. It really makes no sense.
Unless you're on the interstellar ship. And then it transcends space and time.
The only one I know that can do that is Barry Allen.
Thank you. We'll be here all week.
We will.
Don't forget to tip your waitress.
Please don't.
Try the veal. It's delicious.
Well, it's fine.
Okay. Full disclosure, I have had better veal, but I'm saying that this veal isn't below par.
All right. So here's the deal. There's this restaurant that we go to whenever we're down in New Orleans, and I love this restaurant. It's wonderful. It's called Adolfo's. It is an Italian restaurant in the attic of a dive bar on Frenchman Street, and it is fantastic. They only take cash.
Wait, hold on. I'm stopping you right there. An Italian restaurant.
Yep.
In the attic.
Yep.
Of a dive bar.
Yep.
On Frenchman Street.
That's correct. Yes. Everything.
An Italian restaurant.
You got it.
On Frenchman Street.
In New Orleans.
Multiculturalism.
That's New Orleans in a heartbeat, man.
That's New Orleans in a heartbeat, man.
It is the true melting pot. But no. So, all right. So I went up there. Love this place. It has excellent food. And I will tell you exactly what to get, but I will tell you exactly what not to get. And that comes from my first experience in this place. I go there, take the wife. We have a wonderful time. Beautiful time. My wife and I sit down at our table. The waiter comes over here, and he's this Italian stereotype. It's the only way I can do it. And he tells us,
he's like, "How you doing? You want some wine, some vino with your spaghetti?"
So something like that, but okay. not quite in that more in a Godfather-esque sense.
I was like, "Welcome to Gino's.
Welcome to Adolfo's." But here's the thing: he tells us very specifically, try the veal. It's the best in the city. Now, Belle, I hadn't watched The Godfather at this point, and I didn't know that was a line from The Godfather, so I believed him. And you know what? Yeah. It was terrible. Absolutely.
The veal was terrible?
Oh, it was awful. It was the worst. It was the worst food I'd ever had in my entire life. It was disgusting. So I
can't believe that. I
don't know if I don't like veal or if I just don't like that veal. But if you go there, do not try the veal. It is not the best in the city, and if it is, then that is a tragedy for the veal industry in the city. Although the veal is a controversial meat right there.
It is a controversial meat. In fact, I'm planning a Halloween costume where I put myself in a very tiny box.
Oh no!
And I will call myself Matthew Veal.
Oh man, are you making a political statement or trying to be funny?
Neither.
Okay.
I just like being in tight, confined places.
Fair enough.
It makes me more delicious. My suffering. It seasons my meat.
This is what I'm saying. I can't tell if you're making a statement or just trying to be funny. It's either dark humor or humor with a purpose or a pause. I have no earthly idea. But maybe
it's dark humor.
Maybe that's the brilliance. Oh, never mind. You explained it. It is not the
brilliance. No. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Yes.
Guys, we're doing some pre-show shenanigans here. Apologize for that. Knocking this out early on for a couple of reasons. One of which is that half of my face does not work right now.
Well, did you have a stroke? Are you okay?
No, it's not a stroke. I went to the dentist. Yeah. No, so I chipped a tooth, or so I thought, and then they took a look at it, and no, in fact, I fractured a tooth, and it happened to be a tooth with a filling, and then apparently there was some sort of issue with the filling underneath the filling, and so they had to shoot me up with like numbers in my face, and then go in, remove the filling, put another, or clean out what was underneath it, put in a new filling, and then cap it off. And so now I'm in immense pain, but I am fully drugged up. I got the alcohol and the painkillers, and this is
mixing alcohol and opiates. That's a Tuesday for me.
It's let me tell you, this is very painful. I have never experienced this much pain to my face since that one time with that shoe, and you know what I'm talking about. But nobody else does. That is way on the inside. Okay, so we've got a great show.
So basically what you're telling me is that right now you're atrocitus and you're throwing up blood everywhere.
It's a little bit like that. That is accurate. All right, hang on just a second. You taking Isley? Okay. The dog is being...
Pamela Isley?
No. Yeah, actually, Isley, my dog is named after Pamela Isley.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, we decided to name our pets after supervillain aliases, like their actual names.
No, I think it's appropriate to say the alias because the villain is who they are. Their alias is their real name.
Well, that's right. That's right. Actually, we had a cat named Norman, named specifically after the Green Goblin, Norman Osborn.
Oh, I was thinking Norman Bates.
No. This was Norman Osborn. And okay. We actually we found another cat that we ended up not keeping, but we named him temporarily Harry because he looked like Norman but smaller.
Oh, there you go.
So that's our naming convention. If ever you meet one of my pets, they will always have a name. And actually, the girl, my children, they've started naming. If like there's another cat that comes around the house, it is not ours, but they keep feeding it as if it is ours.
Well, there you go.
So it's starting to become ours. But we've decided to name that one Floyd after Deadshot.
Mayweather.
No. Supervillains.
I mean, I'm not saying that he's the best guy ever, but or the worst guy ever, but I mean, the super element, I guess, is. Yeah. Well, dude, he's the greatest boxer to have ever lived. I think if that doesn't qualify you for super in your name, then nothing does.
All right. Fair enough. Okay. So let me pull up one last thing and then we'll be good to get started. How's everybody doing tonight? We got shout out to Will, Wanna Pineapple, Gunnar, The Green Arrow, Manapart, Glade, Lauren, and three CW executives.
How you doing, CW executives?
Will, by the way, life lesson. You write in an essay to Flash TV Talk, and it does not get read on the show.
I disagree because I'm going to talk about what he's talking about anyway. Because I'm
going to talk about what he's talking about anyway, too, but I'm just saying I'm not reading that whole deal. Like, yeah, you boys saved that over for Legends TV Talk. That's fine. You got your own See,
podcast. Legends is where we discuss the real things that happen. Like, for example, how Leonard Snart was never in 1892, but whatever. We'll talk about that later.
Oh, I can't wait for that. I didn't. Bless you.
Excuse me.
I didn't realize
I have allergies and bronchitis and stuff.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Could be a different.
You have a toothache. I have an allergic reaction to the air in Austin.
That's no good.
Well, it's not bad.
I tell you, the mayor was coming. I told you that. We talked about that.
Yeah, you did. That's really cool.
Yeah, we actually confirmed everything with his office today. They came by to check out the place, and that's the quote unquote mayor. He's not mayor yet, but
okay. I was going to ask: has the election been held, and did he actually get voted in?
No. So the election happens 2 days after the podcast goes live. Like 3 days after the event, 2 days after the podcast goes live. So
you're pulling a reverse Comey?
Something like that. I'm a kingmaker, man. I'm a kingmaker. So yeah. So from that standpoint, yes, that's exactly what. Political. No, yeah, that's a good.
Hashtag politics. Hashtag LOL. Hashtag asteroid 2018. All
right, hit birder was the last iTunes review that we read. I'm looking for the next one. Here we go. It's from Jay. Oh, it's from Jay of Earth 26.
Noise.
I remember that. Except we've already read Jay of Earth 26 because he had the turtle one that we bumped up to the top because of the turtle relevance.
Turtle relevance is best relevance.
Gents, last episode was hilarious. I was in tears over what you guys were saying, but about Barry's turtle. By the way, guys, I just saw a turtle literally vanishing into air. Thoughts? Anyway, enjoy the show. Keep doing what you're doing. You've gained a fan on Earth 26. Cheers.
I think if anywhere is a place to get fans, Earth 26 is one of them.
No, that's true. But we did read that on that episode.
I feel like we've read turtle messages. Yes.
All right. Let's see. So in that case, it's Joshua Paul.
Joshua.
Yeah. Now here's the painful thing is that I can't feel the right side of my face, but also the painful thing is that I cannot
drink without having drivel it down your chin.
That as well. Okay, so this was
that's such a pain in the butt.
So like when the not yet mayor's aide came by to talk and get everything worked out, I was like smiling and laughing, and it hurt so bad, and I could tell that my face was not like making the shapes that it normally makes. And I looked
like a pain smile. Yeah,
exactly. I looked like a freak. I told her walking in what had happened so that she would know, like, that if I seemed off or if I sounded not like myself, because they listen to my podcast. She listens to my podcast. So it's one of those things of like, hey, if I don't sound right, this is why. And so, yeah. So she knew it was up, but still it was embarrassing. But no, what I was going to say is it's rough because iTunes, the great and powerful corrupter of all podcasting and yet our creator, it does not allow you to copy and paste the reviews. So I have to individually type them up.
That explains a lot. I've read some of these reviews where I'm like, I've spoken with this person and they do not sound like they would write like this.
And yet I do. So yeah.
Well, and that's what's funny is that, you're very well spoken, but I mean, you can't spell for anything.
I cannot.
And I feel like I can make that burn because I've known you for long.
No, yeah, you absolutely can. You absolutely can. No, I earlier today I was working on some marketing images, and I was writing Mississippi Today News, but what I actually wrote was Mississippi Tuesday News, but it wasn't even the right kind of Tuesday spelling.
It's like TOOSDAIYE.
No, it was a mess. It was just a mess, and I felt I caught it at the last minute, so that was good. But yeah, all right. And here is the last sentence, and I will up the great work. All right. Oh, tiny sentence. Thought it was over. It wasn't. Okay, there we go. Guys, y'all are awesome, by the way, tuning in for the live show and being part of the pre-show shenanigans. Thank you for your patience. And I think we're going to have a fun game. Or fun game? No, that was last night. We'll talk about that. That
was last night. Last night was the fun games.
We'll talk about that. That's going to be fun. All right. All right, with that being said, as he opened up the screen and blew it up to larger sizes because he's been taking alcohol and drugs, shall we do this?
Can you feel the podcast tonight? It is where we are. I think it's time to start the show again before we drift apart.
All right, here we go.
All right. I don't think so. No.
Okay, so we had a mutual friend get married several years ago at the beach. I love this guy. But he's
okay.
But okay, so all right, so I don't know if I actually feel comfortable even talking about this on air. So all right, well, I'll say this. Fun time, old home week. So a lot of the high school gang and such were there. Crutcher, myself, Holloman.
Yeah.
A lot of good times. We all were at a pool bar drinking pina coladas. Like it was like an entire pool bar with just nothing but us, like the old crew. And so fun times talking, hanging out, getting caught up on everything. So there's this guy, and so we're there. So I was actually in the wedding. I was one of the groomsmen for the wedding. And I go, and so we get to the rehearsal portion of it, right, where we all go out to the beach, and it, it's one of these non-denom goof around weddings where nobody really knows what's going on. But we all get out there, and the pastor, whomever, kind of positions us where we're going to be standing. And so I'm standing, and the guy behind me is standing. One of the other presumed groomsmen is standing, and he says, "Hey, York." I'm like, "Yeah, man, what's up?" "So what are you wearing tomorrow?" I'm like, "Well, I'm wearing the suit I got fitted for. Whatever it is." He's like, "Oh, yeah. I'm wearing the thing I got suited for." It's like, "Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, I never got fitted for one."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, you're kidding me." I was like, "No, man, you gotta like." It's like, well, like, did they bring your suit or did you pick it up? He's like, I don't know. I was like, okay, you're a groomsman, right? And he's like, I don't know. And he's like standing up there with the groomsman, right? So anyway, so we go through the whole rehearsal and dude's standing up there. And then afterwards, we're having the rehearsal dinner. It's a fun time. And he goes up to Richard and he says, hey man, am I a groomsman? And Richard like puts his arms on him and goes, oh no. he's like, oh, that's cool. He's like, well, what am I doing here? And Richard was like, oh, I just wanted you to be here for it. And so he was invited to the whole process, the rehearsal dinner, the rehearsal itself, but he actually wasn't in the wedding.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It was so funny. But you got to understand, like that just makes sense with the context of who this is and everything else.
Oh yeah. That makes perfect sense.
Anyway, that was a fun wedding, man. It was a beautiful beach wedding. And a lot of craziness. But at that wedding, I think that was the wedding that I fell in love with the pina colada.
Ah, yes.
And not because of the song. And I don't even like coconut, but it was very good.
I'm not a big fan of coconut either, but I love pina coladas.
There was this one time at a different wedding. Weddings and pina coladas for me, I don't know. But there's a different wedding on the beach in Florida. And I was at the bar. They served pina coladas, but they were... I don't exactly know how to say it. They were like virgin pina coladas, but they had test tubes of rum that were like stuck on top of it. So that the idea was that as you pulled out the test tube, more alcohol was released into the beverage.
Oh, that's neat. Kind of like how they do Mexican martinis at some bars.
Oh, really? Do they use test tubes?
No, what they do is they just stick a Corona upside down into a frozen margarita.
Okay, all right. So yeah, kind of a similar physics situation.
Which is a terrible Mexican margarita, by the way.
I would imagine. But we actually did. We got some test tubes.
Mexican martini.
Martini?
Mexican martini. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, we're gonna try out the test tube method. I'd never tried it with the beer, but we'll try.
You should do it.
So yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be after the kids go down, of course. But trying a pina colada on the old beach. It'll be nice.
I had the best pina colada I've ever had. I went to Barbados with my family last year, I think it was.
Oh.
Yeah, my brother-in-law is like a big higher up dude at the telecom companies in the Caribbean.
Oh wow.
And so he does a lot of stuff with their call centers and stuff. Basically, he manages every single call center in the Caribbean.
Oh, very cool.
And so, needless to say, he's got some disposable income. And as part of this trip that we were on, we got a catamaran kind of like tour around the island and stuff. It was really neat. And they made on the boat, like they had a lunch prepared and it was really, really good. We went snorkeling and, swimming and all this kind of stuff. But they made the best pina colada that I've ever had in my entire life. And it was, they just handmade. These guys have just been, it's just what they do. It's like, yeah, this is just one I make, whatever. It's nothing special, but it was like the best thing I've ever drank. The best.
Snap.
Yeah, it was amazing. If you ever go to Barbados, I wish I could remember the name of this company that does the boats, but holy crap, their pina coladas are just amazing.
Fair enough. All right, so I leave on Saturday. Wonder Woman's coming out on Thursday? Tomorrow? Is that right?
Oh, crap. It is, isn't it?
I guess we could try to cram in a Wonder Woman review.
Yeah, I can go see it at some point.
Superman managed to retcon his romance with Wonder Woman out of existence.
Oh, I heard about that, yeah.
I did not. I just literally typed in Wonder Woman. That's the first thing that popped up. Oh, did he kiss her? Did he do the, forget me now?
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great if he did.
The roofie kiss?
Yeah.
That's some messed up stuff, man. That's a messed up power right there.
Oh, yeah.
Booster Gold. Superman and Wonder Woman? What the hell? Oh, man.
Yeah, I saw that today.
They're doing everything they can to undo the New 52.
Yeah, I mean...
when marketing is not good for storytelling.
When, you listen more to test audiences than the creators of your content.
I mean, it's one of these things where I get the desire to reinvigorate the characters and do kind of thing, but that's what Elseworlds are for. That's what the Ultimates universe was for in Marvel. They could carry on what they'd always done without having to wreck it. And then now they're in this, pick and choose stats. Like that's what I'm loving about Injustice, man. Like it's a dark, like Zack Snyder-esque storyline, but it works because it is clearly an Elseworld storyline.
And those Injustice comics are some of the best. Like they're really good stuff.
Yeah.
I've heard nothing but praise from them. In fact, there's one of the best Harley Quinn moments is this. It's Black Canary and Harley Quinn are fighting, and Black Canary has got morning sickness while they're fighting, and they just stop fighting, and they sit there and just have this conversation about being pregnant, and they become friends.
Oh, wow!
Because it's revealed that and this is a spoiler for the original Injustice comics, so if you don't want to hear that, I'm sorry. But Harley Quinn had a kid, and
with
the kid
Joker.
Was with the Joker, and I don't know if the Joker took her away or something like that. She just never saw him again, and so she's real sympathetic to Black Canary, and so she has this really really interesting character turn, and it's a real good little story arc between her and Black Canary. Yeah,
I remember that teaser at the end of Arkham City, where there's a. It's you're like in the Joker's hideout after, spoilers for Arkham City, after the Joker dies, and you find a pregnancy test, and it's positive, implying of course that Harley is pregnant. And so and then they retcon it so that it's like there was one that was positive and all the rest are negative or something of that nature. And but regardless, like that whole concept of like, oh gosh, the Joker as a father, what a horrifying concept. But so wait, the Black Canary being pregnant. So was she pregnant prior to Injustice 2? Or prior to Injustice rather?
Well, no. Okay. So Green Arrow comes in Injustice, the original Injustice, because the Green Arrow of Injustice 2 world or Injustice world was killed, in the insurrection of,
right. So that's what I'm trying to understand. Is it his kid or his predecessor's kid? Like his doppelganger's kid.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. It might be his kid.
Okay, because that's the way that I interpreted. Like they never actually spell it out per se, but it just made sense to me. They keep on talking about, oh, we have to get a sitter, and I'm like, oh, okay. So Ollie, while he's on this earth, connects with the Black Canary, who's mourning the Oliver of her worth. They share an intimate moment. It produces a child, and now Oliver is sticking around to be involved in this new family. And it makes total sense to me, but they didn't actually go into like the details of it. So it does kind of change a little bit of my mindset if it's actually him raising his doppelganger's child as opposed to his own, which is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not how I interpreted the storyline.
Yeah, I don't remember the story from Injustice 1. I know, Batman brings heroes from the, I guess, DC Comics Prime universe.
Yeah,
and I know he brings Green Arrow over, but I don't know if that's before or after Black Canary gets pregnant.
I really enjoy this. This game is reminding me that every single Earth is Earth 1 to somebody. And like in the first Injustice game, I kind of looked at it as the Earth that we're the evil Earth, so to speak, was Earth 2, and the good Earth was Earth 1, just because, that's kind of the way that we're wired to think, right? But technically speaking, it was the Batman of the evil Earth that went out to pull in the other guys. So really the quote unquote evil Earth is Earth 1 of this franchise.
Yes, exactly.
And so the Earth 2 was the good guys and Earth 1 was the, bad guys. I mean, there are good guys on there as well, as we see in this game, and I'm loving it. I'm so glad that it's just a contained only Earth 1 story this time around, because it got confusing with, oh, it's two Batmen and their costumes are barely even different from one another.
Yeah.
So cool. Injustice. It's an awesome game. Play it. Join the guild. I started a guild called the Brogues on the PlayStation thing.
Oh, I should do that on Xbox.
Yeah, you're even allowed to choose like a little like a call sign. It can be 4 letters, so I chose FTVT. And so yeah, I've started a guild called the Brogues, and one imagines that Bell will do the same on Xbox.
I shall, and then you all will have to join it.
That's right. So there you go. That's your shenanigans for this week. Sorry about all of the craziness with the scheduling and such, but hey, additional shenanigans, so enjoy that. Shout out to Wanna Pineapple Gooner, the Green Arrow, Manapart, Mikey G, Glade Keener, and the CW executive that have joined us this long into the live recording. Y'all are awesome. Also, big shout out to all the patrons that make this happen. And yeah, good night, everybody. Good night, everyone. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody. Stop taking pain pills.